Alright, so I have some explaining to do. Obviously, as you guys know, I haven't uploaded in almost a week, and I do have some reasons for that. First off, I was up in Northern California for the last couple of days. It was a very unexpected, unplanned trip, and it was kind of like for an emergency situation, just with family reasons. But I'm back in town now. I also got kind of sick, so I was battling with like a pretty heavy cold for a while. That obviously sucked, but I'm feeling a lot better, and I just figured I needed to give myself a break for a couple of days. But here I am, back and better than ever. So I didn't really have much planned for today's video, but I figured it's been well over a year and a half that I've owned this car. Actually, this coming summer will mark 2 years of ownership with my 335i. I can't believe it's actually coming down to almost 2 years already. Like, it's insane. I still feel like I just got this car. That's how much I like it. But I figured I'm going to be doing like an overall car check, kind of like the Adam LZ style video, just kind of going over all the stuff that I've done to it and just how I like this car, kind of the story about why I got it. I mean, most of you guys know that already, but just kind of like some overall stuff, you know. Just going to be a fun little video today.
I got the sunshine in my eyes, I'm cheesing. I'm not in a hurry, no, but I'm speeding. Can't nobody take me down. Can't nobody take me down. Let the troubles fly away, they gone now. Just me driving to the great beyond now. Can't nobody take me down. Can't nobody take me down. I don't have grudges, I don't want vengeance. I don't have secrets, so you don't have leverage. I don't need a big bang, just enough to get me by. Never will a dollar bill make me feel dignified. I learned everybody.
Since we're doing a car check, we also got to do the song check too, you guys. So, song check for today is Neon Guts by Lil Uzi Vert. Great song, if you like Lil Uzi. Alright, so I guess what I'll do is I'll just start off with basically the exterior and like cosmetic mods that I've done to this car, and then from there we'll move on to the performance stuff. Here I am, nearly 2 years later, with the 335i. I absolutely love this car. I have no regrets about my purchase. So starting into the first cosmetic mod that I actually did to this car, I was actually just blacking out the window trim overall. I used some black spray paint and those big like chrome side, you know, trim pieces around the windows. I just masked them off with some masking tape and newspapers and trash bags and stuff. And to be honest, it was one of those things that made such a huge difference. Like, the black window trim, in my opinion, looks so much better than the chrome. I couldn't stand the chrome. It just bugged the crap out of me and it didn't look good in my opinion. 2 years later, it's held up really well. There's no chips in the paint, no like scratches or anything. So I think it looks great. Going into the next cosmetic mod that I did after that was the LED angel eyes on the car. So the car from the factory, if you have a pre-LCI, it comes with the stock halogens, which are like the yellow angel eye bulbs. And I didn't like those. I thought they looked kind of old, especially nowadays with all the cars. They have these like bright crystal white, you know, angel eyes and LEDs and stuff, daytime running lamps. So I wanted to put some white ones in there. I got some LED ones. Put those in. I will leave a link to those in the description down below if you guys are curious. They were like 20 bucks back when I got them, but I think they raised the price. The only downside to them is that during the day, they're not very bright. They're a little bit dim, but as soon as it starts like getting even a little bit dark, and then especially at nighttime, they look so good. They look really mean and sharp and aggressive. Going into the next cosmetic thing that I actually did to the car. Now, this is actually both a cosmetic and performance thing, and that was the ST coilovers for the suspension. Now, the ST coilovers, I actually have a couple videos about why I don't really like them, why I wouldn't get coilovers personally, and just some other stuff regarding that topic. The ST coilovers, they're great coilovers for a very specific purpose, and that's really if you're just into performance and you track your car, or you take it on canyon runs and constant like back road driving all the time very frequently, then yes, ST coilovers are really going to be great for that purpose. For me personally, I drive around the city, I do some highway commuting as well, and I'm not really, you know, I'm driving my car normally like a normal car. I want it to be comfortable for the most part, and in my opinion, they're a little bit too stiff. They're very performance oriented, which definitely is not a bad thing. It's just for my personal taste, they don't really suit my needs too well. And following the ST coilovers, the next cosmetic mod that I did was the Style 359 replica wheels. Now I've gotten a ton of people asking me what wheels do I have on my car. They're Style 359 replica wheels. So they're 18s and they're 18s all around. 18 by 9 in the rear and 18 by 8.5 in the front. So it is a staggered setup. In addition to that, they are pretty much like the same weight as the stock wheels. They're not really like performance-based wheels. They're just for looks, and that's all I bought them for, because I didn't like the Style 189s. I thought they looked a little too pedestrian, and I wanted the 359s because I think they're like the best looking wheels in my opinion. Following the wheels, the next cosmetic thing that I did to the car was the kidney grills with the M Performance decals on them. So the M Performance decals are really cool in my opinion. I think it's a really nice, like aesthetic touch to these cars. And these decals are painted in gloss black. I got them on Amazon. I will leave a link to those in the description as well. Really nice, really clean. They were like 40 bucks. It was literally like next day shipping, and you just basically pop the old ones out, pop the new ones in. It takes like 5 minutes to do that. And I think they look really nice, especially because my car is jet black. The black kidney grills blend in so well, and it just makes the overall look of the car much more aggressive. Following the kidney grills, I actually put a carbon fiber spoiler onto the car. Now, currently I don't have the spoiler on the car because the 3M double-sided tape was starting to come off on the edges because I didn't put enough on each end of the spoiler. But when it was on, it looked amazing. It was really nice. I will leave a link to that in the description as well. I don't really think it adds anything for performance or anything. It just looks really nice, and I think it adds a nice touch to the rear end of the car. Alright, so now we get into the real fun stuff, performance mods. Alright, so right off the bat, the first performance mod, it's not even a performance mod I would say, because it really adds no performance, is the muffler delete that I did to this car. That was the very first thing that I did. Yes, I know it doesn't affect the performance, it just affects sound only. By the way, if you guys are wondering, you can pass smog with a muffler delete, even in California. I did, so I mean, that's just my experience personally. The muffler delete sounds really good. It really brings out the aggressiveness of the N54 motor or the N55, either one that you have. It's a really good setup to have if you want like a noticeably louder exhaust tone. Really cool. Muffler delete was pretty awesome. Going into the next thing that I did was actually installing DCI intakes, dual cone intakes. Now, I no longer have those on the car. I actually reverted back to the stock airbox. I actually had SSR Performance dual cone intakes, but after like a year, close to a year and a half of them being on my car, the intakes like basically deteriorated. The filters turned into this like powdery gunk and stuff, and started lining my intake tract, and they just got really dirty, and they're just very cheap, poor quality overall in my opinion, which is really unfortunate. So I just trashed them. I have a video about it if you want to see the video. I would highly recommend, if you guys are going to do the dual cone intakes route, go with BMS. If not BMS, then just stick with the stock airbox, because the stock airbox, it's pretty good with cold air induction. You have the snorkel, it's a closed air intake design, and helps prevent heat soak. So it really just depends, and it's all about preference basically in my opinion. Following that, I installed catless downpipes onto the car. Now, catless downpipes, definitely by far the best mod for performance on the N54 cars, because after you tune it, I mean, this car just wakes up. It's an entirely new beast once you add downpipes and a stage 2 tune. So I would highly recommend to do that. And in addition to that, the sound is sick. Like, turbo spool is so much more enhanced. The engine note is much louder. The backfires and stuff are ridiculous. So my current setup right now is catless downpipes with the muffler delete. Secondary cats are still on there and everything. But for me personally, it's actually a little bit too loud, so I do plan on putting the stock mufflers back on in the coming weeks or so. But yeah, really awesome. And of course, following with the catless downpipes, I got a custom remap from Derek at More Performance Tuning. He's actually my sponsor. If you guys need N54, N55 cars tuned, I would highly recommend to hit him up and get one of his tunes done from his remote tuning services. He really transformed this car, to be honest, and he works with you in a very kind and professional manner. For me personally, I didn't want insane power goals. I just wanted something that was great for daily driving, but had enough power to kind of throw you in your seat at the same time. And he really satisfied that need for me personally, and absolutely love this car. It's probably making somewhere around 350 to 360 at the wheels, probably around 400 to the crank. So pretty solid power for me, and I really have no complaints. But that's about it for performance, you guys. I mean, I have the coilovers, you can include that as well, which definitely made a noticeable difference on the handling. Much less body roll. The center of gravity is lower because the car is lower. This car is very tight, and it's just very like zippy when you're changing lanes and, you know, hitting back roads and stuff. So it's a lot of fun. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I absolutely love this car, and you know, I have no regrets with it whatsoever, as I've said a million times in like all my videos. Let me know what kind of mods you guys have done to your car in the comment section down below. Let me know what you would like to see done to my car. I probably won't go too crazy with mods on this thing, unless if I get super rich or something, then I will go upgraded turbos. I will freaking gut the interior. I'll throw racing seats, a roll cage. I mean, we'll do crazy stuff, but for now, I'm on a budget, so I gotta stick with this stuff. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like, thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I'll try to get back to you guys. With all that being said, have a nice day.